Welcome everyone to HueFin News. Today is September 2nd, 2018, and this is our throwback on our HueFin News channel, to where we are here to show you all of our previous price predictions and to show you exactly what is occurring in the market the next trading day. Okay, so we predict where prices are likely to go, and then the next day the market does exactly what we forecasted it to do. So that's why we call this our throwback. We're just going to literally show you what we said on the previous day and what actually occurred in the market. And I must tell you all that you need to become a member of our HueFin News Patreon page, because we will not express a lot of this content or even tell you a lot of it about this news or how to predict prices without confusion on YouTube space. Okay, so literally we will do this for all of our Patreon members. It's only for $3 a month, so that's like 10 cents a day. Very affordable, easy for you all to grab and understand. So if you're still interested in learning more about language analysis, then come on over to our Patreon page, because the link is going to be in the description. It's very easy to sign up, and there you guys will have access to the news before it happens. Okay, so today we're going to do our price predictions for Ripple, EOS, Stellar, and Ethereum Classic. And we uploaded this video here on the right side of the screen. We uploaded this yesterday at 4:29 p.m. and today is the 2nd at 4:29 p.m. So literally a day ago, 24 hours since we have done this video. And I want you all to pay attention as to what has occurred in the market for Ripple, EOS, Stellar, and Ethereum Classic. The left side is the current price actions for these four currencies. So as we play the video on the right side, look to the left side and watch exactly what is occurring in the market versus what was said in our video yesterday. So the first one up is going to be Ripple. It's going to be Ripple. Ripple is up 1.3%. Last trade was 48,370 Satoshis, and we're just consolidating Ripple. The volume is extremely higher than what we saw the last 3 trading days. So obviously that symbolizes that there is some stockpile coming in the market for Ripple. Matter of fact, this daily price bar close is off of the high, so that definitely tells you that there is some sellers coming in the market for Ripple. We made some slight movement to the upside, but literally we're right back toward that 49,000 Satoshi resistance area. It can come up to 50,000, but we cannot break 47,800 Satoshis. I'm sorry, 48,000 Satoshis in order for Ripple to at least have another opportunity to come up to 50,000 Satoshis. Taking another smaller look on the 1 hour chart for Ripple, you can definitely tell that sellers are in the market. Stockpile is being introduced, and that 48,800 Satoshi area is where that resistance area will now be. Trying to zoom in a little bit more, you can tell that the interest in higher prices is definitely waning for Ripple. Obviously, you would expect this currency to continue to move to the downside, possibly hold support relatively soon around that 48,000 Satoshi area, but it could definitely move a lot lower than that. So just keep that in your own particular strategy. But as of right now, especially in the next 36 minutes, this current 1 hour bar closes towards the low of the bar, then we're going to continue to move a lot lower than where we are currently trading. So we got to hold support above 48,000 Satoshis in order for Ripple to have another opportunity to try to come up to 50,000 Satoshis. Next one on the list. So there you go. I already told you to expect Ripple to move to the downside, and that is exactly what happened in the market. Next one up is going to be EOS. Up 1.74%. Last trade was 92,975 Satoshis, and the high for EOS today was 95,500. Told you all yesterday that we were seeing the possibility of this currency coming to 100,000, but right now you can see that it is showing some indications of some stockpile coming in the market. And as we pull back and look in the background of this chart, you can see that that 95,000 was an area of support. So definitely you would expect some resistance to come in. 3-hour chart for EOS, you can see that some sellers are definitely coming into the space. I am not seeing a lot of indications of market strength. The best thing we're going to get in EOS is that consolidation. Market definitely look like it's going to continue to move to the downside. Let's take a look at the 1-hour chart real quick. And even on the 1-hour chart, I'm still seeing some indications of weakness. 92,000 Satoshis or even 90,000 Satoshis cannot be broken. So consider my analysis for EOS movement to the downside, but it has to hold support above 92,000 Satoshis or even 90,000 Satoshis in order for us to maintain consolidation and the ability for EOS to continue to move to higher prices back up towards 100,000 Satoshis. So as of right now, still seeing some weakness in EOS. So I am looking for EOS to move to the downside initially. It has to hold support. I have giving you those 2 support areas. And if it breaks those 2 support areas, then it's going to move a lot lower than those support areas that I mentioned. So now the next one on the list. So next one on the list is going to be Stellar. Stellar as well as moving to the upside. The currency is up 1.42%. Last trade was 3,221 Satoshis. So you can see here on our ascension line that we have drawn. This is the 3rd day that we have been playing around with this ascension line in Stellar. We are getting some indications of market weakness on the daily price chart. And obviously, it tells you that we are not that strong in the market for Stellar at this particular time. So as I zoom out, you can tell that 3250 is resistance. It might come up to 3300, 3350 into tomorrow's trading, but definitely we need to see more indications of market strength, which in the next 31 minutes, if this 3-hour bar closes below, then we still have some consolidation before we will resume to higher prices. 1-hour chart for Stellar. Again, you can see here that we're not necessarily showing a lot of interest in high prices because as we are trading around that 3260 area, the volume has been decreasing as we trade around that area. So we are losing a lot of interest in higher prices at this particular moment for Stellar. So consider in the short term movement to the downside. It might try to hold around 3,200 or even 3,150. But again, 3,180. But again, if it breaks those 2 numbers that I mentioned, we will break our ascension line and move a lot lower in price. So just keep that in mind. I definitely don't see that as of right now, but I do see some weakness in the market for Stellar. So my analysis will be for this currency to move to the downside. I have given you those support areas. So as long as Stellar stays above those areas, those prices, we are still within a consolidation and the ability to move higher is still there for tomorrow's trading. So now the last one for today's throwback is going to be Ethereum Classic. Classic. This currency definitely is being reflected of some stockpile coming in on the daily price chart. It is up 1.45%. Last trade was 18,417 Satoshis. So taking a look at the 3-hour bars, you can see here that we are just trading within the channel. This high from this 3-hour bar came all the way up to 18,800. And you can see here that weakness is still apparent in Ethereum Classic. So hopefully y'all were able to come in at the low and was able to offshoot some of your positions at the highs for Ethereum Classic, because I definitely don't see a lot of indications of market strength right now. With just very quick movement to the upside, and now you can tell as we were moving higher in price, we got inundated with a lot of stockpile. We're still weak at this particular moment. Now as I zoom out, Ethereum Classic is going to try to hold support right there around 18,400 Satoshis, but definitely it can move a lot lower than that. So keep that in mind as we go through our trading tomorrow. Right now, I do see nothing but weakness on the chart for Ethereum Classic. My analysis is for this currency to move to the downside, although I do understand and see that the market can hold 18,400, even 18,003. But nevertheless, that is lower than where we're currently trading. So my analysis will be for Ethereum Classic to move to the downside. So now so there you go. That concludes our throwback session for September 2nd, 2018. If you're interested in learning more about this language analysis or even becoming a member of ours on our HueFin News Patreon page, the link is going to be in the description. We do look forward to seeing you all there because we are literally showing you the ability to predict price movement as well as price predictions. Make sure you all maintain your profitability. I will see you all later.